You are watching this video because you want to become wealthy. And in this video, I will share one question that you can ask yourself. And I'll also share how to get into the right state to ask that question, to give that question the full power inside of you for you to express from inside out the energy of being wealthy. And from that energy, your reality out here will, whenever is the right time for you, will show wealth for you. I want to tell you that this is not invented by me. This is work from Neville Goddard, manifestation, spiritual guide, teacher. And I'm diving into the work of Neville Goddard. I'm really looking into it and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really on my path experimenting with the different things that Neville Goddard taught us. And what I'm sharing with you in this video, if you want to become wealthy, are the questions or the question to ask yourself. And it's pretty simple and it's very powerful, yet important. Do not take this lightly. And that's one of the things that I keep hearing from people. And I know from my plus 13 years of being a coach and a mentor for entrepreneurs, people who want to take it to the next level, impact-driven and heart-driven people. I've heard this again and again and again. So do not take what I'm sharing with you lightly. Take it in, absorb it, take notes, work with this. And if you want to go even deeper with this, there's a link below this video to the Manifestation Masterclass. It's totally free. So first of all, the desire must be that you want to become wealthy. I'll share this again. The desire must be that you want to become wealthy. You can use this with other things too, but I am focused on wealth in this video. And desire is one of the first keys expressed from Neville Goddard and also many other teachers. Desire is one of the first keys. And one of the good things for many people who are not wealthy, and I have experienced this myself from most of my life, and also when I was in my $1.5 million debt. That was lack. It was not having enough. It was frustration of not being able to get the life that I wanted, to get the money that I wanted. Now the thing is, when maybe you know someone who are in this situation, if a person is in a situation where the life of this person is not the life that the person would like, let's say a person experienced lack. From that experience, in many cases, opens the desire. So if a person has been in lack, the desire might be wealth. If a person has experienced illness, the desire might be health. Neville Goddard talks about if a person is in prison, the desire would be freedom. So as I see this, and what I want to share with you before diving into the question is that if you have a desire in your life, if your reality is not like you want it to be right now, if you don't have the amount of money, if you don't have the thing, if you don't have the wealth in your life, in your reality that you actually want to experience, it is possible to look at this. It helped me a lot to look at this as that experience that I actually don't like is good, because now I know what I do like. I want wealth because I want to travel the world. I want to eat in good restaurants. I want to enjoy concerts. I want to take my partner out on a weekend and just enjoy it. I want to rent the best car and just enjoy that experience. I want to go to Brazil and dance samba on the beach. Things like that, right? These desires. So if lag is there, if that's the experience right now, instead of being frustrated about it, this can be a shift in energy. Actually, as I've said before, but Neville Goddard speaks about this, turn your back at the things that you don't like and let the desire blossom. Let the desire, let the fire of the desire just blossom inside of you. So coming back, if the desire is wealth, you're watching this video because you want to become wealthy. So what are the questions to ask? Neville Goddard, what I'm sharing with you here is very powerful. Do not take it lightly. It's powerful, and that's an invitation. Take the time and give yourself the present of what I'm sharing with you here. So there are 3 states that Neville Goddard teaches again and again. The first state is the I am state. And I'm just going to compress this in this video because the question is what I wanted to share here. First part is the I am state. And getting into that state where you are all that is. You are the consciousness. You are everything. And that means lock out the outside world. Block your senses and go inside. Meditate and just keep that voice running inside of you. I am, I am, I am. Until, and I've experienced this, until you just feel this floating state of your consciousness. From that state, Neville Goddard shares it like I shared in my words, but you have the ground and you have the seed. You put the seed into the ground. So when your desire in the state of I am, the floating state, you being consciousness, your desire is the seed being put into your consciousness. This is so powerful. So if your desire is, this is the video, this is why you're here, you want to be wealthy. So your next step here is I am wealthy. So in the float state, then I am whatever it is, but for this video, wealthy. Now, the question here, I got a very, 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 very deep experience with this 2 days ago. The question here is that you can ask yourself is this. In the floating, you have to know before going into this, what is your desire? So be clear on that before you go in, lock yourself into yourself and meditate and get in that float state. From there, you know your desire is to become wealthy. So I am wealthy. Now the question in that state is, and you have to know it before you go into that state, the question is, how do I feel when I'm wealthy? How would it feel to be wealthy? How do I feel when I'm wealthy? How is the feeling of wealthy for me? Whatever is the right way of asking that question for you. Here comes the big powerful thing in this, because what I've experienced, and also with people that I've helped with this, supported with this, is that many people say, but I don't know how the feeling of wealth is. But the fact is, when you're in the floating state, when you are in your consciousness, and you know your desire, and you ask, how would this feel? Something greater, you don't use this one, something greater than that. Someone would say your higher self, whatever it is. For me, it's just the consciousness answering. But what I experienced were some interesting and very nice feelings. Very nice feelings, and I felt it, and I expanded those feelings. So just be still in that state. Just sit there and ask yourself, how would I feel being wealthy? And let it show up. Let it show up. And just be with those great feelings of being wealthy. And in that conscious floating state of I am. And at a point, and Neville Goddard shares this too, and I've experimented with it, and I'm sharing it with you right now so you can do the same. In that state where you really feel those feelings, just be with those feelings, enjoy those feelings, let them expand inside of you, and just be with that. At a moment, you'll know, okay, now this was exactly what I needed. And what Neville Goddard says here, in different versions in his different books, but that's the third step here, that's the I am again. So Neville Goddard says this as, I am that I am. I am is the first, that's the consciousness. That is you being wealthy, and the last I am is the celebration of the conception. So that's the celebration, because now you put the seed into the ground. And from Neville Goddard's work, nature, the universe, your consciousness, whatever it is, something bigger, and we don't have to think about that, something bigger will solve the rest. Will take care of the rest. Like put the seed in the ground and we don't do anything. It's just gonna do its work, and with time it's gonna be a flower or tree or whatever it is. So it's an invitation. I've done my best here to compress the whole thing. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes for me, sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's longer than that. But again, when you have that feeling, and if you have the faith, Neville Goddard and other teachers, Napoleon Hill writes about phase 2. When you have the faith that this is actually working, just having the faith, like if you put a seed into the ground, you'll know, you don't think that much about it. With time, it's going to be a flower or tree. With faith, you put the seed into the ground when you went through this 3-part exercise from Neville Goddard. So, you want to become wealthy. The question to ask is, how would I feel being wealthy? Or whatever is the right words for you. And then just experience whatever shows up. I was inspired to share this with you because it's been powerful for me. And I really, really, really invite you to work with this, to dive into this, to explore this. And as I said in the beginning, it's the part of the Manifestation Masterclass. So check that out. There's a link below. You're more than welcome to join us. It's free. And any experiences with this, feel free to share them in the comments. And also, if there are some obstacles, feel free to share them in the comments. I'll do my best to look at it. Maybe it's not possible to just give an answer that's the right, just from a few words. But comments will help me to understand what's going on. And also it will help me to kind of like be inspired to do more videos. So please, that's an invitation too. And lots of love.